Hey crochet friends, I'm Tiffany and welcome to my channel where I teach you a little bit of gardening and a little bit of crochet. Now today's topic is crochet related. It is a diamond double crochet bag. It is super beginner friendly if you're just starting out because majority of it is just double crochet even up here. So I put some peekaboo diamond stitches. They're on both sides, so it's super cute and not see-through like my other bags. So if you want this more as a functional purse, this is perfect. You can still put a liner if you still think that this is a little bit too see-through. If you want my other bag patterns, my tutorials, those videos will be in the description. So go check those out. But for now, we're going to learn this one. It is super easy. So let's get started with all the things that you're going to need to make this bag. So you're going to need one skein of yarn. I use Red Heart Super Saver and it needs to be 364 yards. So if you use a different brand, just know it needs to be that amount. And a medium weight size 4. And 100% acrylic is also what I use, so I can machine wash and dry this with no problem. If you would like this color, it is called Saffron. If you would like the color for the video that I use, it is called Turqua. If you want this other subtle blue, it is called Light Blue. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a G 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, 4 stitch markers. You can use the kind that are for crochet, but I just use safety pins because most people have those, and a sewing needle to weave in your ends when you're all done. So let's get started making this bag. Okay, so you need to start with a slip knot. So this is the working yarn. You need to curve it, and this distance should be about 4 inches or so. It doesn't have to be exact, but you're going to pinch that between your thumb and pointer, and then pinch the working yarn between your middle and ring finger, and it will create a loop. With your right thumb and pointer, make a heart and go underneath that loop. With your palm facing up, you're going to turn your palm facing down, and it will create an X like that. Turn your right wrist towards your left, grab that yarn, pinch it, and then let the yarn above and below fall off, slowly pulling your wrists and hands away from each other. It will start creating that slip knot. Put your crochet hook through that loop, pull on these 2 strands of yarn till that knot gets closer and closer, and then don't make it too tight, and you're ready to start chaining. And we're going to chain 50. So if you don't know how to chain, you're going to put your hook in front of the working yarn and wrap it around 1 time and go through the loop that's on your hook. And that's 1 chain. And you're going to do it again up to 50. So put the hook in front of your yarn, wrap it around 1 time, go through the loop that's on your hook. Super easy. Go up to 50. Now you're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, so you don't count what's on your hook. That is your 1st chain, your 2nd, your 3rd, and your 4th, and you're going to go in that and do a double crochet. So you yarn over first, so just wrap the yarn around once, go into that stitch, and I'm going to turn my chain to grab 2 loops. You can grab just 1. Everybody does it differently. Do what makes you comfortable, and you're going to wrap the yarn around and pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around, go through 2 of them. You have 2 more loops, wrap the yarn around and go through those 2. That's how you do a double crochet. So your chain 3, or the 3 chains, because you're in the 4th chain from the hook, your 3 chains over here counts as a double crochet. So this would be your 2nd double crochet, and in every single chain you're going to do a double crochet. So this would be your 3rd double crochet. So wrap the yarn around, go into the next stitch. So it's right here. It's right next to this one. Go in that, and I'm going to turn so I can grab my 2 loops. Wrap the yarn around, pull through 3 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn around, pull through 2, wrap the yarn around, pull through 2. So that is technically 3 double crochets. So you're just going to go all the way down doing 1 double crochet in each chain, and I will meet you at this very last chain. This is what it looks like so far. I have one more chain at the very end. So there's 47 double crochets, including this first 3 that we skipped over. So if you count that and all the ones that you've done, there's 47. And in this last chain, you're gonna do 6, all in that same last chain. So you're just gonna squeeze 6 in there. So I like to get those last 2 loops, like that. So this would be double crochet 48. $49. $50. And you're gonna start turning. So just naturally turn your work as you do it. 51. 52. 53. Let's see. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 53. And now I'm holding this tail along my work so I can weave it in. But you're going to start going into the other side as well, every single double crochet. So this is that last chain. So this is the space next to it. And it's going to be your upside down double crochets. So just follow along and just do a double crochet in all of them. And there was 47, but you're not going to count this chain 3. So there should be 46 starting from here to here, 46 double crochets, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. And I have 1 loop to go in, so it's right here. So I'm going to yarn over first, go into that loop, and I'm going to put my tail along so I can weave it in as well. Yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that way this tail is weaved in or woven in, and you don't have to weave it in where you would stick it on a sewing needle and weave that in. This just helps you skip that step. So this is my next loop that I'm going to go in. It's hard having like the tail in the way, but I want to weave it in as well. So right here, that loop. Now I'm going to grab my tail. Grab the working yarn, pull it through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm weaving in along that tail underneath all the double crochets. So you don't have to do that if it's in your way too much and you just feel like putting it on a sewing needle. You can skip this step and then just focus on your double crochets. So just do 1 double crochet in every single chain. Okay, I'm at the beginning. I have 45 double crochets so far, and this is that last one where you would get your 46th double crochet. That's your 3 chains that you skipped over. This would be technically your second double crochet because the chain 3 counts as your first. That would be your second. So if that's 2 double crochets in this stitch, you need 4 more because it needs to match this side where we have 6 double crochets to turn. So if there's 6 over here, there needs to be 6 over here. This chain 3 counts as 1. That's the second double crochet. So you need 4 more to add up to 6. So do 4 more double crochets in that same exact stitch. So I'm going to keep going into that same hole right there, doing 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4. So now I have my 6. I have 2 over here, 4 over here. That equals my 6 to match over here. Okay, we are going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So count 1, 2, 3. That's my 3rd chain. You're going to go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull that loop through the next loop. That's how you do a slip stitch. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So for round 2, that counts as a double crochet. Your chain 3 will always count as a double crochet. But for round 2, you're going to go into the 2nd double crochet. That is a chain 3. That is my 2nd double crochet, since the chain 3 counts as your 1st. So you're going to go into the 2nd double crochet with your 2nd double crochet. And now you're going to do 1 double crochet in every single stitch all the way around. And when you get to 102, you should be right here. That right there will be my 102nd double crochet, and I will meet you there to show you how to end round 2. It's super easy. 1 double crochet in every single stitch for this round. I have my 102nd double crochet right there, and it might look like a big gap, but that is where it's supposed to go. It's in your last double crochet. This is my chain 3, so it is in that stitch. And you're going to slip stitch with a loose slip stitch, just not a normal tight slip stitch. You're going to try to give it a little bit of space on your hook to give it a loose slip stitch, and you're not going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 either. You're going to slip stitch into the 2nd double crochet right here. This counts as your 1st double crochet, so this is your 2nd. You're going to slip stitch to the top right here with a loose slip stitch. So go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then just pull up on your hook. It will give you a little bit bigger of a loop, and then you're going to go in that. Now, the reason we're doing this is we're trying to create a straight seam all the way up our bag. If you work in rounds, it will slant your seam, and you don't want, this would be the front or the back of your bag, and instead of the seam staying over here, eventually it will start going like this, and you will see that seam. So that side you would probably just put against your body, but if you want it to where you don't even have to worry about seeing that seam, this is the method that I'm doing. So every 2 rows you're going to slip stitch into a different spot, and you're going to start your 2nd double crochet in a different spot. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and if your chain 3 counts as a double crochet and this is your 2nd double crochet, you're going to go into your 3rd double crochet. So yarn over, go into that space, and do a double crochet. So since we skipped over a double crochet right here, we're going to put it into this slip stitch that is loose. So you're trying to confuse your seam in a way. So your chain 3 still counts as a double crochet. This is your 2nd double crochet. So just keep going around, and you will still get up to 102 double crochets. And your 102nd double crochet will be in that loose slip stitch. I have 101 double crochets. I'm going to do my 102nd double crochet in that loose slip stitch right there. That's where yours should have gone. And you're going to repeat round 2 where you slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Go in that, and you're going to slip stitch it with a normal slip stitch, not a loose one. Just like that. So for round 4, you're going to repeat round 2. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in that round you went into the second double crochet because your chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So you're going to go right into the next one, right here, and do your second double crochet, and just keep going around. This is this simple row where you just go in every single double crochet. Your last double crochet should be in a double crochet and not in a slip stitch. So just keep track again. Count to 102 so you know where that stitch goes. And I will meet you at the end of round 4 to show you how to start round 5. My 102nd double crochet is above a double crochet, not the slip stitch. So now for round 5, you're going to repeat round 3 where you just skip over the first 3 chains and slip stitch into the second double crochet with a loose slip stitch. So go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, and if you need to, pull up on your hook to give you a little bit bigger of a loop, and then go in that. That way you have a loop big enough to go in with your last double crochet. So for round 5, you're going to chain 3. That's your first double crochet. You're going to skip this double crochet and go into the third because this is a chain with chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, your second, your third. So that's over here. That's where you're going to do your next double crochet. And then you're going to continue just like round 3, going all the way around, and your 102nd double crochet should be in that loose slip stitch. And that's how you keep that seam in check throughout your whole bag, by repeating round 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So this is round 3 for round 5. So for round 6, you're going to do round 2, round 7, you're going to do round 3, round 8, you're going to do round 2, round 9, you're going to do round 3, and you're just going to keep going up to 19 total rows. This is round 5 of those 19 total rows, and row 19 should be round 3, the same as this row that we're doing right now. So I have 101 double crochets. I'm going to do my last one in that loose slip stitch. And you're going to slip stitch into the top of your chain 3 with a normal slip stitch. And that's how you would start round 2. So then you do 3 chains, which counts as your first double crochet. And then you're going to do your second double crochet in this second double crochet. And you're going to go all the way around where your 102nd double crochet is going to be right here above a normal stitch, not a slip stitch. And then you're going to do a loose slip stitch to the top of your second double crochet right here. And you're just going to keep repeating up to round 19. Okay, I'm at the end of my round 19. I did my 102nd double crochet in my loose slip stitch. That's how you should have ended. And we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 with a normal slip stitch. Like that. And now for round 20, you're going to chain 3. And that counts as your first double crochet. So your second double crochet is going to be right here above your previous second double crochet. And now you need 8 double crochets. That is 2 of them, so I need 6 more. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch. And now you're going to chain 4 to start your spaces for that diamond shape. And then you're going to skip the next stitch, go into the next with a double crochet. Just like that. And you're going to do 16 double crochets, including that one. So now I need 15 more. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch for 16 stitches. Okay, I have my 16 double crochets, and now I'm going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you skip the next stitch and go into the next with a double crochet. And then do 16 total double crochets. So that's 1. I need 15 more. 1 in each stitch, and you're just going to keep repeating that. So 16 double crochets, chain 4, skip a stitch, go in the next, 16 double crochets, and you're going to do that for 6 of these spaces. So we've done 2. So when you have the 6th, chain 4, pick back up with me and I will tell you how many double crochets after that, because it's not going to be 16, but it will be 16 up to that point. You will have 3 chain 4 spaces on the one side of your bag, and then you're going to have 3 chain 4 spaces on the other. So that's 6. When you get to the 6th one over here, that's where I'll show you the next step. Okay, so this is my 6th chain 4 space, so I'm going to chain 4, skip a stitch, and go in the next like you've been doing. And now you need 8 double crochets for this last spot, because you do need 16 between each of those spaces, and we started with 8, so we're going to finish with 8 to get our 16. And your 8th double crochet will be in a normal double crochet and not a loose slip stitch. So right there, that's your 8th, just like that. And to continue that straight seam, we are going to slip stitch a loose slip stitch into the top of the 2nd double crochet, just like that. So for round 21, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and your 2nd double crochet is going to be over here in your 3rd double crochet. That is a chain 3, that's the 2nd double crochet, that's the 3rd. That's where you're going to go in. Okay, so now you're going to do 3 more double crochets. So this will be 5 total double crochets if you count the chain 3. So just do 3 more, 1 in each stitch. And you're going to chain 2. So chain 2, skip over those, and then in this space you're going to do 3 double crochets. So in this big space, do 3 double crochets. All in that big space. And you're going to chain 2 again. And then you're going to skip the next 2 double crochets over here, go into the next with a double crochet. So right here. That's how that should look. And now you're going to double crochet 12 total double crochets right here. That included, so I need 11 more. Just 1 in each stitch. Now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do 3 double crochets in that space. Chain 2, and skip 2, go into this next one with a double crochet. And now you're going to do another 12 total double crochets, so 11 more. Okay, there's my 12, and now you're going to chain 2, 3 double crochets in this space. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, go into the next with a double crochet. Just like that. That is 3 of them. You're going to start turning, and then when you do your 12 again total, so when you have your 1, you still need 11 more, and you just keep doing the skip 2 stitches right here, chain 2, go in this space with 3 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, go into this one with your first double crochet of your 12, go till your 6th space, and I will meet you there and show you the next step. Okay, I'm at my 6th spaces. I did my chain 2, and now I'm going to do my double crochet where I skip 2 and put it right here. So this is my 6th grouping. So if you're at this spot, now you need to match this distance, which is 12. You need to match that. We started with 5, so you need 7 more, and that is one of them. So now you need 6 more, and just 1 in each stitch. And your 7th double crochet should be in that loose slip stitch. 6 right here. It's my 7. And that equals your 12, so it all matches. And you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 with a normal slip stitch, just like that, and then chain 3. You're going to do 2 more double crochets starting in that 2nd double crochet. And in the next stitch. And then you're going to chain 3. And now you're going to skip over 2 stitches and go into this space with a single crochet. So just go into the big space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2, just a simple single crochet. And now you have your grouping right here of 3 double crochets. So you're going to do a single crochet in the middle and the 3rd double crochet. Just those with a single crochet. And then in this space, you're going to do a single crochet. Now chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, do a double crochet in that third one, and now you need 8 total double crochets. That's your first one, so I need 7 more. Now you're going to chain 3, skip over those 2 double crochets, go into this space with a single crochet, do a single crochet in the middle and third double crochet, and a single crochet in this second space. Chain 3, skip 2 double crochets in the third, do a double crochet, and you're just going to keep repeating. Go all the way around until you get to your 6th grouping right here, and I will show you the next step. And I did my chain 3 and then the first double crochet where I skipped over 2 and it's in the third to start my next 8, but we don't have 8 stitches right here or spaces. We already did 3 of them at the very beginning, so you only need 5 more, and that's my first, so I need 4 more. And you're going to slip stitch with a loose slip stitch to your second double crochet right there, and then chain 3 to start round 23. So you're going to start in the third double crochet right here with a double crochet, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets in this first space. Then chain 3, and you're going to find those 2 middle single crochets, and that's what you're going to do, 1 single crochet in each. Now chain 3 again, do 2 double crochets in this space, and then do a double crochet in the next 8 double crochets. So you're going to do 2 double crochets in that space, chain 3, find the 2 middle single crochets and do 1 double crochet in each, like that. Chain 3, do 2 double crochets in this space, and then 8 double crochets in each of the 8 double crochets that are there. So that's really easy, and then just keep repeating that till you get to that 6th grouping, and I will meet you there and show you the next step. I did my 2 double crochets in that space, so now you need your 8 double crochets, but there's not 8 spaces, and these 2 over here do not count as that 8, just these 2, because these are in this space just like these 2 are in this space. So you don't count those or these. If that's 2 of them, that's 1. So now you need 5. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces right there. So hopefully that makes sense. Your last double crochet will be in that slip stitch. And then slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 with a normal slip stitch. So for round 24, you're going to chain 3, and you'll start with that second double crochet right here with your second double crochet. And now you need to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And now you're at that first space, do 2 double crochets in that. Chain 1, skip over those middle 2 double crochets, go into this space with 2 double crochets. And now do a double crochet in all of these. There should be 12. So you're at this next grouping, that first space, do 2 double crochets in it. Chain 1, skip over those middle 2 double crochets, go over here, do 2 double crochets in that. Now do your 12 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then just keep repeating that till you get to your 6th grouping. So now you have this last stretch, which should be 8 double crochets. So now we're going to slip stitch a loose slip stitch into the second double crochet. Now chain 3, and for round 25 you're going to double crochet in every single stitch and the chain 1 stitch, not the space but the actual chain. You're going to just do 1 double crochet in every single stitch, starting with the 3rd over here. So you have your chain 3, that's your second double crochet, that's your 3rd, go in that to start off. And then just go along in every single stitch doing 1 double crochet. And I'm at my first space. Okay, so you're gonna do a double crochet in it, and I, just as if this was a regular chain, I like to turn it to get my 2 loops. So I'm just not in that front loop, I'm in that back and 3rd loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's how it should look. If you want to go into the space, you can. It's just gonna look a little bit different. And then if you want to go in just 1 loop, you can. So you do not have to do what I just did if it's too difficult. This is a super easy round. Just 1 double crochet all the way around in every single stitch, including those chain 1s. So you should be back at your 102 stitches when you get to the end. So now you're going to slip stitch into the top of that 3rd chain with a normal slip stitch, just like you've been doing, and then chain 3. So now you're going to lay your bag flat and get your stitch markers, and you're going to look for that middle grouping and that top double crochet right above that chain 1. You're not going to count that double crochet, but you're going to start counting 10 away from it. So don't count that. Start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to mark that stitch with my first stitch marker, and I'm going to do the other direction, the same 10 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to mark that. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Okay, so you got 4 stitch markers going. That's where your straps are going to start. So flip your bag back over at the beginning. So your chain 3 counts as a double crochet as usual. And you're going to start your second double crochet in that second double crochet below. So nothing has changed there. And you're going to do 1 double crochet up to the stitch marker. You're not going to do a double crochet in the stitch marker, so just before it is going to be your last double crochet. So just do a double crochet in every stitch till you get to that. And now we're going to chain 100, and that is your first strap. So you just chain 100. Do not twist this long chain. It's going to get fairly long, so just be careful not to twist it, because you don't want a twisted shoulder strap in the end when you go to attach it to the next stitch marker. Okay, 100, and I haven't twisted this at all, so I'm going to yarn over first, because you're going to do a double crochet to attach this in the stitch to the left of the stitch marker. So there's my stitch marker. This is the stitch to the left of it. So that's your first stitch marker. This is your second one. It's going to be into the left of that. So if you yarn over first, go in that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're just going to continue with your double crochets till your next stitch marker. Do not put a double crochet in this stitch marker, so right before it. So it's my 30th double crochet right before the stitch marker. So I'm going to chain 100 again. So if you chained a different number, just chain that same number so that your straps will match. Mine was 100. You're going to come over to your next one, and to the left of it, so don't count your stitch marker, the stitch to the left of it, you're going to do a double crochet to attach your chain. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then again do your double crochets till the beginning. And we started with 12, so around that curve was 30, and you need 18 for right here. 12 plus 18 is 30. That way you get it to match. So you'll do 18 double crochets right here. So now you're going to do a loose slip stitch to that second double crochet. Chain 3. And now you're going to do 1 double crochet in every single stitch right along here until you get to your shoulder strap. And you will be doing double crochets, but I'll just show you how to get started. So just do your 1 double crochet in each stitch, starting with the 3rd double crochet, which is right here. This is your first double crochet, your second, your third. So you're still doing that. And now go across. And now I'm at my chains. So I like to go in the back loop and 3rd loop of my chains. So what I mean is each chain has a front loop, a back loop, and a 3rd loop, which are these bumps. And I can show you an easy way. If you want to do that, you don't have to. You can go into just the front loop or 1 loop, just whatever makes you comfortable. But if you want to do how I do it, so I'm going to yarn over first, and I'm going to go underneath that front loop from right to left, and then I'm going to put this chain towards me, and I am underneath my 2 loops that I want. So I'm going to grab my yarn, yarn over, pull through, And this loop right here is a front loop, so I'm in that back and third loop. So I'm gonna yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And that's how I get through my shoulder straps. I just don't go through that front loop. I attach my double crochets to that back and third loop, and that's how I go in. So you can do it like this, where you go from right to left, pulling that chain towards you, and then you're in that, there's 2 loops. It's a back loop and a front loop. Then I grab my yarn, just like that. That is a front loop that you see. And then I'm gonna do my double crochet. Now I don't hold my crochet hook like that. I just naturally know what to go in to find that back and third loop. So you go between that front loop and the loop next to it. There's a space there. And at the same time, I like twist the chains towards me so that I can see that I'm in the 2 loops. And then I grab my yarn, pull through, and then I'm always in that back and third loop. So that's just one way to do it. But if that is too difficult and you just don't want to mess with that, you can go through just the front loop, so the loop that you see. So you would be going underneath it like that, and then that way you're in 1 loop. You can do whatever makes you comfortable, and then just go into every single chain. Keep track of your chains. You should have 100 if you did the 100 chains. If you changed your number, just keep count, because you might get confused what is your chain and what one is your double crochet now. So you want to know what your 100th chain will be, so that you know that you have the right number, and then just do your regular 1 double crochets around. So I'm going to go in that last chain, and then you just go into your double crochets now. So that space right there. And then you go along these double crochets till your next chain. And then you go all along that and go all the way to the beginning. And I will meet you there and show you the next step. All right, I am at the end of this round. I did my double crochet above a normal double crochet. And now if you counted all the way around, you should have 260 double crochets. So that is your stitch count now. So to end this round, we're going to loose slip stitch to the top of that second double crochet. Just like that, so that we can have a stitch to go in at the end. Now chain 3. And you'll be happy to hear that this is the last round completely for the bag, and all you do is 1 double crochet in every single double crochet. And now it's really easy because you don't have to deal with chains since you went through those. So this is a much faster, much easier round. So starting with that third double crochet right here, that's your chain 3, that's your second, that's your third. That's where you're going to do your second double crochet. Just like that. And then you're going to go all the way around in every single stitch. And then your very last stitch, your 260th stitch, should be in that loose slip stitch. So go all the way around, and I will meet you there, and we'll end this bag completely. And that is my 260th stitch. And to close, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 with a normal slip stitch, and that is how you end this bag. So you can pull on it, you can yarn over again and pull on your hook, and then give yourself a little bit to weave in, because you are completely done. And now you just need to put this yarn on a sewing needle and weave it in on the inside. So just weave it back and forth in different directions, space it out just so that it's not so bulky in one spot, and then you are completely finished. Alright guys, hopefully that was easy to follow and you can whip these up in no time. It's super beginner friendly if you're just starting out. If you made these in different colors, don't forget to tag me on Facebook and show me what you've made. I would love to see them. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and all those good things. It really helps me out. And happy crocheting your diamond double crochet bags. Bye crochet friends.